Alrighty. It is a weekend, so we're looking at all the expansions available today. What's happening here? For draw, there's Witch and Den of Sin, and that's all. For villages, Squire and Hamlet. For trashing, Rope and Trader. And for plus buy, Squire, Herbalist, Hamlet, Rope. Okay. So, Witch is plus 2 cards, minus 1 action. And Squire is plus 2 actions, minus 1 card. Hamlet also is the same, because to get the action effect, you have to discard a card. So if you just played like 10 Squires and 10 Witches, you'd still have a 5-card hand, or 10 Hamlet discarding once each, and 10 Witches. So the only way to actually increase your hand size here is Den of Sin. I mean, Witch is a good card, because curses can be annoying, but it can't really be draw here. With Witch and Squire, I mean, at least like a Witch plus a Squire is also making you 1 coin. So it's like a very fancy peddler for a poacher. But it's not drawing your deck. So I think Rope looks pretty good, because Rope is essentially a cantrip. It's a copper this turn and draw next turn, which averages out to, again, a peddler. So probably give out some curses early, play some Ropes, play some Dens of Sin. I could see activating Leprechaun being pretty practical here. And then I think it's one of those kingdoms where you don't have exact deck control, but you're doing something in the vicinity of drawing your deck. Surely Rope 1/4 is a lot stronger than Trader. And probably just Silver on 3 to get up to Witch. Yeah. This is a lovely draw. Would I prefer to buy Den of Sin? So which is the card I most want? But I've hit 5 here, and I am that likely to hit 5 next turn, right? I do have 10 total money in my deck. So if I bottom decked an estate, it's actually not terrible. I think like a 42% chance of hitting 5. If an estate's on bottom, then I would draw 3 coppers and a silver. So I could buy like Witch now and Den next turn. If I buy Den this turn, then I'm 100% guaranteed to hit 5. And the downside is I trigger a slightly awkward shuffle, where I'll have 3 coppers top decked for the following turn. Which is not that big of a deal. I think I like the Den. Take the 100% guarantee of hitting 5 over the what apparently would have worked out anyway, but was only a little below half chance of succeeding. I'll take the Witch now. And I hit 5 again. Okay. One more Den. Bot's buying a bunch of ropes, which makes sense. Winning the curse split is not going to be the end of the world or anything here, because rope is a pretty efficient trasher. It's a card you're going to be buying anyway, even if you didn't care about the trashing. But I think the curses are still a helpful nuisance. Even if they trash each curse the first turn it comes in, it's still like a -1 card attack, because they have to spend at least one draw drawing that curse to trash it, which they otherwise could have spent drawing some other card. Uh, but that might be enough reason not to take multiple witches. Maybe I just keep clicking Den whenever possible on 5. To play multiple witches, I have to add villages, which I don't have yet. I do want Squire and Hamlet at some point. Yeah, I need more plus buy. Maybe that second Den actually should have been a second rope. Let me fix that now. A rope and a Hamlet. Don't have enough cards yet to consider Leprechaun. Leprechaun's only good if you're getting the wish out of it, which requires you to have 7 cards in play. And obviously, most treasures can't count towards that. A rope that you played the previous turn can, because it stays in play. Is it possible here that I would activate Leprechaun? I'm going to have 2 ropes and 2 dens in play. That's 4 right there. I have 1 Hamlet already. If I bought a second Hamlet plus a Leprechaun, and then played Hamlet, Hamlet, Leprechaun, I would activate it. Or if I played Hamlet, then drew with the wish, then played Leprechaun, that would also work. So I could activate it here. How likely is that? The 7 cards down there, I'll draw 5 of them, plus 2 from the den, plus 2 more, plus 2 more from the ropes. I think it's actually pretty likely that I do activate. Let's take another Hamlet. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's safer. If I wanted to be greedy, I could buy Changeling here and then turn the Changeling into another Den of Sin, which is a card I value more than Hamlet. But then I've got to hope that I draw into Witch. Let me think about the odds of that. So I'm going to have 5, 7, 9, an 11 card starting hand. 7 of these plus 4 of these 4 cards plus this plus this plus this. That's 7 cards plus a Leprechaun. That's 8 cards. And I only activate the Leprechaun if I find the Witch. Yeah, I think it would be a little bit too greedy to add the Changeling. Trash. Trash. Actions and Vise. Please don't bottom deck Leprechaun. Well, so much for that. I'll buy one more Din and E. It's going to be a terrible card in that next hand. There's, I think, no way I'm activating it next turn with one Din in play. I can make that 2, but that's not even close to enough. Unfortunate. Let's take a Changeling now. Yeah, Bot's taking Province, which makes a lot of sense. Piles are getting low. Curse is low. Rope is low. Den of Sin is low. And those are all cards you probably want to buy here. Let's discard that for plus buy. It doesn't really matter. And I'll take a Duchy. A second Witch, maybe? Yeah, I mean, I was mentioning Witch plus Squire being effectively plus 1 coin. Witch plus Hamlet is also a little bit better than just spinning your wheels, because it's also cycling a card. Like, you draw 3 total cards, and you play 2 cards and discard a card. So it's like a fugitive, I guess is a way to think of that. Yeah, I think I'm down with a second Witch. I would prefer a Din, but I'm a little bit afraid to lower that pile too much when I have a points deficit here. Draw, crash, crash, flash. Discard for actions. This poor Leprechaun. I swear it was pretty dang likely to activate. I just did not hit the draws for it. Now the problem is even if I draw it, I'll have too many cards in play. Alright, 4 money would be a rope, but again, I'm kind of afraid of piles. Maybe I just buy a silver. One more Squire or Hamlet. Take a Hamlet. And I'll convert this into Den of Sin. I don't love lowering that pile. It is dangerous, but the other options were also lowering relevant piles. Okay, I absolutely need a province here. I messed that up. I didn't notice that there were 4 dins in play. It looked like 1 din in play, and I was not paying attention to the number. I should have played 2 Hamlet. This is just, that was dumb. At least I have a province. If I played 2 Hamlets first, then played the Leprechaun, then played the Witch, I could have gained and played the Gold and the Wish on the same turn, which would have been nice. I might just lose here. I don't know if the bot can... No, it can't pile out. I was imagining it like gaining a silver off of its Squire, turning that into a Changeling, and then the Changeling becoming a Den of Sin, and then it buys through ropes or something. That might still be a bit more than it can do. Trash a Curse. Might be too late in the game for me to want to trash Coppers here. I don't care about the money. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 in play. Discard for actions. I think I'm just going to turn this into a Duchy. Discard for actions. Now gain a gold and a wish. Draw 4 money is a not a big number. Not a big number at all. I guess a silver is better than nothing. And yeah, the bot is scoring and lowering piles a bit, which makes a lot of sense. I won't need plus buy here. I got ropes in hand. Yeah, I already got 2 money in play for Leprechaun by a decent margin. And annoyingly, I did not draw my wish. There is a wish down there, which I could have turned into another duchy. I probably gotta take province here, right? Bot's got a lot of stuff in play. If I don't take province, I lose to 13 money for din plus 2 ropes. If I take province, I lose to 16 money, which I don't think the bot has done yet this game. Yeah, I think I just take province. The bot has 16, it has 16, but I think that would be a first. 2 duchies and a silver. Okay, it only had 13. So I would have lost, actually, if I did not take a points lead. Don't see my villages. I might still lose this game. Yeesh. Um, so I'd want to wish for a duchy. I think I have to wish for a hamlet here. So I can draw on. Discard for actions. And it's got a din, some ropes in play. The odds of it piling are going down because its deck is getting progressively weaker, which is good news for me. I'm considering how important it is to play this Leprechaun this turn, and I think it's probably worth it. There's a good chance I get another turn. And I'm not sure if I need plus buy here. My ropes are in play. I think I discard a copper for plus buy. If I hit 8, I would not be buying province. So the most money I can get otherwise is 5, so I might as well discard it on the off chance I draw into enough money to do something with a second buy. As it turns out, I do not. Okay. With a good draw, this will win. But again, I'm also in the position of my deck aggressively losing stability. If I find the wish, which becomes a duchy, and then I can buy a duchy and a den of sin, I've already got 9 money in hand. Can I draw my wish, please? Nope. No, I cannot. I want to get another turn. What maximizes the chance that I get another turn? That's got 5 extra cards to draw in play. That's scary. I've got a wish down there. I would love to play it. So if I buy province, I lose to 8 money. If I buy a duchy, I lose to 10 money on duchy plus den of sin. You could just buy like triple estate, which makes it hardest for the bot to pile out. But it scores few points and leaves me most susceptible to the bot just like taking the last 2 duchies. And then even if it can't also take the den of sin, it's got a big points lead. And my wish isn't very useful. I think that's still probably the best play. Is just double or triple estate maybe. And then the bot takes a province. I'm in striking distance of like wish for duchy and by province estate. The bot takes the last duchies. Maybe I wish for a gold and manage to hit double province. Not really sure, to be honest. think I. How likely is the bot to hit 10? That just does not sound that unlikely. It hit 10 last turn, and it has a similar amount of stuff in play this turn. So what if I buy that state here, and the bot hits 10? What's it do? It buys province, a state, or double duchy? I think that's one other state. Let's see what the bot can do. Just a province, okay. So I need to wish for a duchy plus hit 10 money to win here, which sounds doable with a good draw. I'm gonna jinx myself saying that. There we go. And a state to spare. Okay, I don't think I played this one all that great. I think I needed more ropes earlier. There was definitely at least one turn. The turn where I took the third Den of Sin should have been another rope. Uh, more ropes earlier would have been good. I like the Leprechaun game plan. I think it worked out much more poorly than in expectation it was likely to. But I certainly like adding a few golds and a few wishes. And I think the theoretical value of that is higher than it panned out here. I also had that one turn where I just wasn't paying enough attention to how many cards were in play and misread the number of dens and could have had a easier Leprechaun activation. This ended up being quite close.